Physics Tax Review, numbers 1 and 2. Number 1 says, an electric toy cart has a mass of 6.0 kilograms and a constant acceleration of 0.50 meters per second squared. How much work does the net force do on the toy cart as the cart travels 8.0 meters? What you've got to pay attention to here is what it's asking for. Here's my question. How much work? So I'm solving for work. To find work, I'll look at my formula chart, and it says here work equals force times distance. So I'm going to do work equals force times distance. So I need to find the force, which, well, doesn't give me. It gives me mass, which is 6.0, and it gives me acceleration, which is 0.5, and it gives me 8.0 meters, which is distance. Okay, so I have my distance, which is going to be 8, but I don't know the force. So I'm going to use a second formula to find my force. Sometimes you have to use two formulas. Make sure you write the formulas down. Force equals mass times acceleration. So force equals mass times acceleration. If you write down the formula, you have a much higher chance of getting it right. Okay, because at this point you might have looked at this and gone, okay, I have to do a number times a number, and then you would just start finding numbers and multiplying them together, and look, if I do 6 times 8, I get one of the possible answer choices, and I'll tell you right now it's not the correct one. So you've got to make sure that you write down your formula and go, all right, I needed force and distance. Well, I don't have force, but I do have distance. So let's do force equals mass. Well, there's my mass, 6.0. times my acceleration, which it says here and here, is 0.5. If I plug that into a calculator, I'm going to get 3. So force is 3. So now I can take that 3 and plug it in up here for force. So work equals 3, which is my force, times 8, which is my distance. And when I do 3 times 8, I get 24. So A is my correct answer. Be very careful on these. Sometimes you will have to use two formulas. You won't for all of them, but probably 1 or 2 of your questions that involve math, you'll need more than one formula. So make sure you know what each thing is telling you, all right, each of the numbers is telling you before you start plugging them in. Number 2 says a 2.25 kg fish, and kg is kilograms, so that tells me mass, swims in a pond at a constant rate of 56 meters, meters tells me distance, in 96 seconds, and seconds measure time. What is the fish's approximate speed? Alright, so I'm solving for speed, so I'm going to go to my formula chart, and I see speed is distance traveled over time. So speed is distance over time. So to solve for speed, I want my distance, which I just said was 56 meters, over the amount of time, which is 96 seconds. If I do 56 divided by 96 in my calculator, I'm going to get 0.58. Two things I want to point out here. One, did I use this number at all? No, I didn't. It doesn't ask me to find anything that I need to use the mass for. Sometimes they'll give you extra numbers and you do not need to use them. Okay? If it's not part of the formula, don't worry about it. You don't necessarily use every number they give you. Second, I did this number in the calculator first, then divided by this number. Don't get confused thinking that you have to put the larger number into the calculator first. It's always top divided by bottom. That's how fractions work. Top divided by bottom. If I did it the other way around and I did bottom divided by top, I would get the wrong answer. So be very careful. Always do top divided by bottom. You'll get the answer you're looking for, and in this case, we're looking for H.